What separates professional traders from the amateurs? Shall I tell you? Is that they know that they don't know what's going to happen next. So therefore, they protect themselves from the downside and they have a certain type of probability level thinking. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. So let's dive straight in. So with our BNB trade, it's the Binance coin, we recently got stopped out over here. We went short over here and the market moved up and we got stopped out for a 2% loss. And I want to read a quote because taking a loss like a champion is the cost of doing business when it comes to trading. And in my book, there's a particular quote that emphasizes this. And I want to read it to you at this level. So in chapter 1, actually, it's Michael Jordan. And he says the following: I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. And that's how we win in the game of trading. And by the way, if you want a free copy of my book, you can actually download it for free now. It's in the description link. We just made this live yesterday. It's a phenomenal book, really focused on mindset, goal setting, and a few other things. Get it for free. Link below. I think you'll absolutely love it. Let me know how you get on with it. So with BNB, right, what I want to get across today is not only do you not know, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but we can stack the odds in our favor of what's likely to occur next and then protect ourselves just in case it doesn't happen in multiple ways. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So I always use something called a double time frame momentum strategy. What does that mean in English? There's these things called momentum indicators, and it's these blue and red lines at the bottom. Yeah, I'm using a stochastics RSI. And if I pop out of this chart and pop into the weekly chart, and I keep that in the top left-hand corner, what you'll notice is that the blue line in the weekly chart is literally going below the red. What that indicates to us is that the market, the bias, the probability is that the market is going to move sideways to down for a number of weeks overall. So the macro trend is sideways to down. So which way do we want to be betting? Well, we want to be betting down. That's going to be a huge thing in our favor. And then when we go to the daily chart, by the way, also, if you want to have a copy of my chart with my exact settings, exact analysis as you see it, you can also download this for free. It's in the link below. It's the R15, is the Get Your Gears live trading view charts. One of them is BNB. You'll also be able to get my Bitcoin charts, my Solana charts, Ethereum, and a few others. I'm always adding. It's absolutely free, and you'll get the exact chart, and you can download it into your own trading view so you can see what I'm seeing as well as I update it. So what I like to do is stack the odds in my favor, first of all. And I'm going to cover with you how to make money where you don't know what's going to happen next. How can we get consistent results in a random environment? That's going to be, it's basically the casino model. We become the casino. That's what we want to do. And the casino ultimately wins. So I only want to consider another short trade setup when the momentum, the blue line goes below the red, is down. So then we have our higher time frame trend pointing down, and then the immediate time frame, the daily chart, also pointing down. That one thing alone massively increases your odds, but by itself is not enough. What we also have is something called pattern and price and a few other things as well. That's what these lines are. I'm not going to go into too much detail with these lines at the moment, but what I'm wanting to show you is this. Let me just zoom in a bit more over here. You'll see that I've labeled these waves as a 1 OA, 2 OB, 3 OCs. These are Elliott waves. Elliott waves, Ralph Nelson Elliott in the 1900s basically figured out market moves in predictable patterns based on the psychological mood of buying and selling behavior. That's what we're looking at over here. Now, if it is a 1, 2, 3, what typically follows is a minimum correction of a wave 4 and then a continuation to the upside. Or if it's an A, B, C, what typically occurs is a continuation to the downside, breaking this low. Now, I said a lot there, so I'm just going to slow it down. Let me just go back, take it one step at a time. In other words, there's two main outcomes that are likely to occur, right? We're going to bet that it's going to be this one. However, we need to prepare ourselves that it might be the other outcome, but we can still make money with the other outcome or minimize our downside. So outcome number one is that the market is just going to move to do a correction. I'm going to keep this in green. And then it's going to continue to the upside. We need to be prepared for that. In other words, the market's done a wave 1, 2, 3, and then a 4 and a 5, right? So we can go short over here. And if the market gets to this phase and we're in the market, we can look to take profits and get to risk-free or minimize our losses, right? This is outcome number one, and we want to prepare for this. Outcome number two, I'm going to draw it like this with outcome number two, is that the market does a bigger move to the downside and does a 5-wave sequence to the downside. I'm just going to draw it like so. Let me just draw it like so. Something along this line. So what the best traders on the planet know, and I flew around the world in my 20s, right? In my 20s, paying all types of money in Davos, which is in Switzerland, in Denver, Colorado. Then I was in different parts of the US, in the UK, in Europe, literally learning from everybody. And the thing that really came across big time was mindset. How to think in terms of probabilities as opposed to certainties. And knowing that you don't know is absolutely fundamental to your success. So what we do is we say, right, there's really two main outcomes that's going to occur. We're either going to get these green arrows down and then a continuation to the upside. We're not going to make big profits in that market, in that condition, but we don't know if that's going to play out. So what we do is the following, right? I'm gonna go into a bit of detail here, but this is a game changer. It's absolutely a game changer. What you do is the following. You actually buy 2 units, right? Or let's just say you bought, I don't know, $1,000 worth of BNB and you're shorting the market, $1,000 that you're selling, right? 500 represents unit 1, 500 represents unit 2. So you got 2 halves. And what we do is the first half, we assume that the green's going to play out. The green arrows are going to play out. So you exit half over here. And the second half, you keep far away from the market in terms of your stop loss, and you assume that the yellow is going to play out. And that way, what you're doing is you're minimizing your downside and maximizing your upside. So ultimately, you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. In fact, it's fundamental that you know that you don't know what's going to happen next. Now, I know what I said there was a lot. It was quite high level what I spoke about today, but it's absolutely key and fundamental to your success. I actually do daily workouts on BNB, Solana, and Bitcoin in the R15 Crypto Gym. I'd like to invite you. You can join it for £1 and you get a 30-day trial. And literally with the daily workouts, it allows me to go into a bit more detail. So it looks like this. So today's workout in BNB, if I click on it, you'll see straight away, it's a little fancy logo that we've got now, R15 Crypto Gym. I go into detail and break down this thinking, what we spoke about today, but then we're going to go into detail of the entry and exit points when it comes to BNB. So I highly encourage you, invite you to check out the R15 Crypto Gym. It's £1 for 30 days. We cover a lot of goodies in here. You'll get access to my community and a few other things. We even got a bootcamp, which is going to upskill you in some of these concepts. So with BNB, actually, let me play it out like this. I'm going to do this for you because taking a loss is the cost of doing business in trading. There's no way, there's no two ways around it. So I'm just going to take the data back to over here. I'm going to show you how we got stopped out for a full loss. Full loss meaning you risk 2%, you lose 2%, right? And that's just the name of the game. That's going to happen sometimes. And then I'm going to give you another example where we made good money protecting ourselves from the downside just around a month ago. So with this is the entry strategy, right? We know the weekly momentum is pointing down. And what we're going to say is when the blue line goes below the red, bang, over here, we're going to go short on a 1-bar low, meaning we'll go short on a 1-bar low, and we'll have our stop loss over here above this high over here. That's our risk. That represents 2%. And then the market triggers us in. We go, great, and then stops us out. And you go, right, that's just the nature and the business of trading. So in this case, it's the scenario of you lose 2%. But what do? We don't take it personally. We just go back to Michael Jordan. We go back to Michael Jordan. And I'm going to loop it because I think it's really, really important because this is where most traders struggle because they feel, I don't know, take it too personally. Take it too personally when you're at the amateur level. When you get to the pro level, Well, you become like Michael Jordan, where he says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So what do we do here? Well, if the high probability setup comes up again, which is likely to do, that's what we're talking about. This is where the market is right now. Probably tomorrow, the blue line is going to cross below the red. What do we do? Do we allow the previous trade to impact the next shot? Well, what would Michael Jordan do? He would just take the shot. Even if it's 3 seconds on the shot clock and, it's for the game winning, he's just going to take the shot, right? And he has the highest probability of winning. And that's what we do as professional traders. We take the shot. We take the shot and say, right, the blue line crosses below the red. We take the shot. So I'm going to do one last thing over here. I'm just going to remind you, we did a 31-day follow me on BNB. It was over here. It was over here. And this trade played out very, very nicely. And this is what we're talking about over here. So what we said in this particular trade with BNB, and you can see this on YouTube. If we go into our YouTube channel, if I just show you, if you wanted to kind of check this out, I think you enjoy it. If you had the time, because we literally did 31 days of BNB, one day after the other. It was, I think it was in, when was it? If we just scroll down, we've done quite a few videos. We do a video a day every day. I've been doing for over a year now. But it's from, let's have a look. I think it's from, there we go. It's 2 months ago. 2 months ago, it's this one here. BNB trade entered, short trade. And we literally follow it for 31 days straight, every day for 31 days. And you can just check it out. I highly encourage it. That's what I'm going to cover with you here. So what we said in the video was BNB is looking like some type of correction. We actually entered it on a 60-minute chart, but we're going to keep it quite simple on a daily chart. Okay, we got the bearish reversal, right? We got a bearish reversal. And what we're going to do is pretty much, we did get a tighter entry, but we said we're going to go short on this 1 bar low. And we're going to put our stop loss above this swing high, or above this swing high over here. When I'm going short and I'm drawing these out, I normally make this green. And the red represents a stop loss. Makes it nice and clean, easy for you to manage the trade. Then we got triggered into the trade. And what we would have said in the trade is we want to have a minimum expectation on the market, right? And what I like to do is allow it to unfold. And at this point over here, next bullish reversal, bang. So what we will do is we'll just manage our stop loss in 2 units. And I'm going to draw two red lines, right? Unit 1 and Unit 2. So Unit 1, we keep far away from the market, the stop loss, because the anticipation is, let me just make this really clear to you, because this is how you need to think. Because that's the toughest part when it comes to trading, is that the thesis is that we're going to take out this low and then it's going to go pretty much into this range over here. But the other thinking and the possibility is that we're only going to make some type of 3-wave correction and then we'll tighten our stop loss. And we can see that we've started to make this 3-wave correction and now we can start trailing the stop loss on every bearish reversal. That'll make sense in just a second. So what we do over here is with half of our position, we start trailing our stop loss on every bearish daily reversal. So basically, every time the blue line goes below the red, it just happened again over here, we're going to move our stop loss to a swing high. Right, so now we're guaranteed some profits on the second position, but we still got exposure on the first position, or vice versa. And then we got the next bullish reversal, and then we got the next bearish reversal. I think it was over here. And what we actually did in the trade is we moved this down to here. And then what we said at this point was the market looks like it's done a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you spot that, you want to tighten your stop loss in your entire position, and then you just bring it right close to the market, your entire position. And then actually you can just wait for the next bearish reversal or you'll get stopped out. And I think in this one we might have got stopped out. Bearish reversal, bang over here. So then this would have got moved to over here. Full position. And then you would have got stopped out. So we would have made some good profits on this trade. That's what we did over here. But we actually got a much tighter entry. So it was a much better risk reward that we got. But this would have been our profit for this trade, and the risk would have been this amount over here. Now we're covering a lot today. I'm going into a bit more detail than usual. But this kind of tells you it's like a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 risk reward. But when we entered on the hourly chart, it was even higher. So let's just summarize. I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. I know. But the main thing is that you do not need to know what's going to happen next to make money in any market, especially crypto. And you want to have that 2-unit thinking. So download my book. You can get the book for free. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Got some gems in there. And you can also get the chart is in the description link below. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm aiming to bring you daily value to give you the edge on the market so you can see what other people can't see. So you can win in this game, whether you're shorting the market or you're going long in the market. So let's just finish with the quote, right? It's going to be a third time. I start every chapter with a quote, right? Yeah. But it's this one. Michael Jordan. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Trading is no different. If you got stopped out in your next shot, in your last shot, which is your trade, that's an independent event from the next shot. And if the next one gets stopped out for a loss, that's independent from the next shot. And if the next one you really get to ride the trend and you make some phenomenal profits, well, that's also independent from the next event. So that's why you keep your capital exposure or risk consistent no matter what. Don't get carried away on the upside in terms of getting too euphoric, and don't get too carried away on the downside, which is getting too fearful. It's consistency is the name of the game. Get your edge and trade your edge. So join me tomorrow for the BNB workout in the R15 Crypto Gym, £1, 30 days. I think you absolutely love it, but we're going to a bit more intricate detail day by day, and we're looking to further short the market because of the daily and the weekly momentum. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.